Hello, everybody. I am Professor Fairweather. I'm the instructor for Philosophy of Western Civilization. This is the online class offered during summer, and important for you to know that this is going to be an entirely online class. Thus, most of our communication is going to occur via email or primarily on the Campus Canvas network, which is very good. I'll be posting assignments and discussion topics, quizzes, and we will submit all kinds of work and get it all done on the internet. From time to time, I will send out more personal forms of communication like this, and I'll take this opportunity to just introduce the first week of assignments and get us up and running. So I hope everybody has been able to access and get into the Canvas site for the class. That's probably the first important thing for everybody to do. I now have posted in the discussion area our first discussion assignment, so you can go ahead and take a look at that. And you would submit your first assignment there by adding a thread into that discussion area as per directions. I also have listed in the assignments area on the Canvas site the reading and also quiz information that will be our first week of assignments and readings. So if you go to the assignments area, I'm looking at that right now. It says week 1 readings are just pages 1 through 35 in our Tarnas book. This is going to be our one and only required text for the class. I will have a number of online readings and resources that we will also access, but this is our main text. And quizzes will be based on the readings out of that text. So within the next couple days, I will put up a study guide for you. I'll send out a little notification, and that will have, 25, 30 questions, from which I will select 10 and make a quiz for you, and that will be due by the 15th. So in a day or two, I will have that up for you. I'll send out a little notification, and that really puts you in a position to get the first week's work done, reading pages 1 through 35, getting that first discussion assignment submitted, and taking the quiz. That'll be the first week. That'll be, I would say, a fairly typical week. The topics, of course, will change as we go through the Western tradition and different figures and epochs and so on and so forth. But in terms of the assignments and the structure, that will be fairly typical. Sometimes we'll have a larger midterm or final, but most of our weeks will have some reading, a discussion, and a quiz. And thus this first week will also be an opportunity to see what a kind of normal week of the class will be like. I try to make it pretty doable in terms of the amount of reading and the amount of everything. But always good to get started early. So I would encourage you to really just open up and get started reading the chapter. 30 pages, pretty doable. Some of the stuff on Plato is fairly complicated. I'll send out some additional resources that might help. They could make it more complicated. But I've got some background audio, not entirely unlike this, that I can add to some of the Platonic and Greek themes that Tarnas discusses. So we'll have that. And I think other than that, I really just wanted to introduce myself. I wanted to encourage you guys to send me any questions, but really more importantly, to encourage you to dive into the material and just go for it. Even if you're not sure exactly what's happening or what to do, the most important thing is really to get started, have your own ideas, have you start getting your own perspective on the Platonic and Greek history that we're starting on. And the discussion assignment is an opportunity for creative thinking, original thinking. So you don't really need to know exactly what I want you to say, think, or do for the discussion. That's more a self-directed kind of activity. For the quiz, I will get a study guide up for you soon. That is a little bit more like I have particular points that I'm looking you to get right rather than wrong. So I will type up that study guide, send it out for you, and have a little quiz for you on that. That'll be pretty straightforward, at least insofar as there will be specific study guide questions, and you can go through the pages and find the answers, presumably. And once you've done that, you would presumably take the quiz, and we will keep it going. So yeah, I really just wanted to say hello, and hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea of who I am, just as a person behind the internet and the infrastructure Canvas site that we've got, all of which is great. But on an online course, it's nice to put a little bit of human face and sound to the text. So this is a first attempt at that. Alrighty, so I hope we all have a good semester. I will check in this format to the extent that I can. Otherwise, you'll also be hearing me for sure, from me for sure, via email. I'll send out a number of online resources that will be additional things that add to the content of the course. I teach a number of philosophy courses that cover Plato and Descartes in a slightly different way, but I think will be nice additions to what we're doing in our class. Okay, well, I think I will bid you all adieu. Have a lovely day, and I look forward to our class. Thank you.